Even if Logan Cooley isn't having a run where he's third in the NHL in goals, JJ Peterka will have a run at some point this season where he's third in the NHL in goals.
No, I'm like willing to say
Guenther will.
that is one of the best lines in the entire NHL.
The Mammoth are first in the Western Conference, despite losing 2 of their first 3 games this season. Everything changed on October 15th. What happened then, you ask? Sean, what happened?
Years and years of searching. Utah, I present to you the greatest discovery of my life.
Tusky came.
That's right.
We had a lot of questions about Tusky. Sean and I believe, were giving Tusky the benefit of the doubt out the gate. Pete was a little more...
I was pro Tusky. The only problem I had with Tusky was that his body, he's a little too slim. I want a thicker Tusky.
He was not breedable enough.
He was not breedable enough, which is funny. We never talked about this because, and this has been a consistent theme throughout the naming of the Utah Mammoth, the Colorado Mammoth, Colorado sports fans and the Colorado Mammoth, the NLL team there, they've gotten very upset. Mm-hmm. They've been, please like my team.
Don't care.
We've been the Mammoth first. No one's ever given a shit. No one cares.
But
they have a Mammoth mascot as well, and that motherfucker is breedable. He is thick as a motherfucker. Like, why?
So they should be like, we're not going to steal your name. We didn't steal your name.
We didn't steal your name, but they shouldn't steal
we would
the
like to
mascot.
steal your mascot.
Yeah, he's brown, like an actual mammoth, not blue. He looks more like a true to form mammoth, I suppose. Still mascot-y, but yeah.
What if Tusky and that mammoth did breed? And then you
biracial mammoth? I'm on board.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Yeah.
I mean, I certainly
Sean
don't
has
have
a problem with that.
Yeah.
I will say I was a TBD on Tusky. Like, I wasn't going to judge Tusky by his cover. I wanted to read the contents of his book, his lore. And I'll tell you what,
recently.
there is a lot of lore being injected into Tusky right now because of his effect on the team.
Yes, a lot of lore, such as the fact that Sean, since revealing Tusky, the Utah Mammoth, 7-0-0, which is the best record in the NHL. You know who leads the NHL in points since October 15th, Pete?
Who leads in points?
Yes.
Yes, but I think it's because Sean tipped me off.
That's right, folks. It's Nick Schmaltz with 14 points. A real, number 4 starter, also 7-7. 7 goals, 7 assists.
Nick Schmaltz is
perfectly balanced.
It's a meat and potatoes point total.
Very, I would say, slept on NHL player. Like, I feel like the last 4 years in Utah/Arizona, he's been the topic of trade conversations. He never gets traded. He's always been hanging out in a line with Clayton Keller, and it's done well for him.
He's just like a perfectly, not fine, but perfectly
serviceable,
very good, not very good, perfectly.
He does his job.
Above average NHL player.
That's a lot of the Utah Mammoth, I would say, are above average NHL players.
Ride Nick Schmaltz on Underdog. And also ride Clayton Keller, because he's 11 points deep since October 15th. That's third in the NHL, baby. That's right. They got 2 players who are top 3 in the NHL in points since Tusky came around. 2 players.
And when we had PD on, was the specifically said about the Utah Mammoth that Clayton Keller needs to be better. And look at what he's done.
Are any of these players in America?
Are any of these players playing on U.S. soil? Yes, Pete. Logan Cooley is playing on U.S. soil, and boy, is he doing a great job. 6 goals, is third in the NHL, and he looks like Paul Dano with longer hair. Doesn't he look like Paul Dano?
Yeah, I had never thought about that until you said it. And now looking at it, I'm like, yeah, he could splash around in there.
Yeah, exactly. And just some overall stats for the team. Since revealing Tusky, 4.57 goals per game. That is second in the NHL. And I just had to throw in the top 5 because the top 5 is very fun. You got the Islanders leading the way, then the Mammoth, then the Penguins, who are good today, the Buffalo Sabres, and the New Jersey Devils, just walking that Mucinex guy, who is real.
Man, I've just... not the most exciting thing to see if you're a Mammoth fan, I guess. If the number you're using to suggest that this is a good team is flanked by the New York Islanders and Pittsburgh Penguins.
It does underscore that
maybe not great, but
maybe it isn't super sustainable.
Yeah, but Sabres and Devils are good teams.
But here's
So
the
maybe
thing.
it
They've
is.
got the guys to, even if Logan Cooley isn't having a run where he's third in the NHL in goals, JJ Peterka will have a run at some point this season where he's third in the NHL in goals.
No, I'm like willing
Dylan
to say
Guenther will.
that is one of the best lines in the entire NHL, and that I believe can be sustainable.
I mean, that was what I was saying about Utah going in, is that like into the season, is that they could very easily have like the best top 6 in hockey at the end of the season, or one of the best top 6s in hockey at the end of the season. And they're fucking balling out now.
So, like, what I did the other day when I went to the Bruins game, shout out Underdog, I looked at the line that I'm obsessed with, which is Arvidsson, Zacha, and Middlestat. And I was like, whichever one of these guys has the best bang for the buck on more than half a point, I'm just going to do.
Okay.
Just do that with that line, and you're probably going to be rewarded.
Yeah.
I say
like,
probably. I don't know.
Just play the points, because somebody's going to produce on that line. Like, that line is electric. I would put it up there with one of 3 of the best lines to watch in hockey.
Chat says Jack Hughes' Mucinex mention is crazy.
Not on this show.
Welcome to our, thank you, new listener. Absolutely not crazy. That is what we do around here. We talk about the Mucinex monster. But Utah being as good as we hoped this quickly rocks. Sean, any lingering Arizona sadness to see this little run taking place? Or
I'll always be sad for my Arizona people. This was always like, this plan did not change when they went to Utah.
yes,
This was Bill Armstrong's plan. And obviously, you might not have guys like JJ Peterka as eager to go to. But I would also think, like, if they had good ownership, every NHL player wants to go to Arizona. So, like, yeah, I mean, all of this should have been Arizona's, but there's no one to blame other than Alex Morello. And yeah,
like,
it makes me sad, but it's also awesome to see these players succeed.
just like the vibe in Utah right now is so good. Like, I just feel like there is no better team to recommend to somebody who's on the fence about liking hockey and finding a team to root for, because right now Utah's got a very fun team. You're on like the ground floor a little bit,
Ground one.
and like there's just there everybody in that team and around that team is so excited to be rooting for it that you're not going to get these curmudgeon-y assholes that are gatekeeping fandom. I feel like they're very, very happy to welcome everybody to the bandwagon. So if you've got the search for a team and you're trying to jump on the NHL bandwagon this year, just start at Utah.
And like, again, make it about the Sabres. Like, there's been a couple of instances on Twitter and stuff like that, but largely they're like incredibly positive about other teams. Like, they've been so positive about Josh Doan and the Buffalo Sabres. Like, they like seeing, like, they're in a place where they haven't been disillusioned or anything like that. Like, they're just excited to be a part of hockey, and I think it's a good culture for new hockey fans. They're not. It's not like you're signing up to be a Vancouver Canucks fan, where the fandom can be very toxic.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, all the vibes are good and it's very welcoming in Utah right now, which I'm a huge fan of that.
jump on that line.
Also, Andre Torini needs respect. No one ever talks about him as being like a really good NHL coach, and he has been a coach that has consistently gotten this team to perform above expectations over the last like 5 years. So
A very fun part about this run, by the way, for the Mammoth is that they're just doing it by scoring. Karel Vejmelka is 5-0-0 his last 5 games with a sub 900 save percentage. Yes, it's .899, which is still good, but it's not like they're limiting chances and playing lights out or whatever. They're just scoring a bunch of goals because they have a bunch of guys who can score goals. I'm on board with that. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.